On all 3 platforms. Let me do Discord announcement. Boop. Okay, there we go. We are live on YouTube, Twitch, and TikTok. I believe everything is working correctly. Ace and Quack, what's up? What's up? And let's launch Stream Focus. Been trying to figure out what was causing the crashes only on my end for some reason, and I think I may have fixed it, but we're going to test it out this stream and see if everything works. Super weird. Discord isn't authorizing? Why is it not authorizing? Well, that build of Stream Focus is not working. Go Boo Boo, what's up? Thanks for joining the stream. It's good to see you, man. How's it going? What is going on? I'm logged into Discord, right? Yeah. Super weird. Oh, question for you, Gabubu. Did you just hop on to, did you get a notification from Twitch or did you see the notification on Discord? I'm doing pretty good. I got some really good work done on the superhero game this week, and we're gonna be working towards finishing up the enemy player today. And I'll show you my progress in a bit. I'm trying to figure out Stream Focus, though I'm not able to log into Discord. Super weird. Notification on Twitch, got you. Cool. Press log into Discord and then authorize, but I get an error. Why is that? Let me try old version of Stream Focus. Three Extreme Rules, what's up? Thanks for joining the stream. This will tell us if it's a Discord issue or Stream Focus issue. Authorize. You're being rate limited for requesting too many tokens. Sorry, Discord. I'm trying to log in, but it's not working. I have 2 running. Let's try this again. Authorize. Ugh, I'm being rate limited. Oh my gosh. Okay, whatever. Forget that for now. I'll try it in a little bit. It's so weird. It's alright, at least you don't deal with PC crashes like it happened to me a few days ago. Yeah, I've never had a PC crash like that. I have been having some issues with Stream Focus crashing. I don't know what it is. I must have updated something. I asked users on Discord if they're having crashes and they're not. So I don't think it's a Stream Focus issue. I think it's a my PC issue, and I don't know what it is. I've like, I have scoured my code for Stream Focus, and I cannot find why it's freezing randomly. And it's only on the latest version that I have not pushed to everyone yet. I've made this new YouTube version for Stream Focus that I want to push out, but it's freezing for some reason. So, and I can't figure out what it is, so I've got to keep working on it. Okay, let's do this. This is where we're at in the game, guys. You ready for this? Scruffy, what's up? Sorry I'm late. I was on a flight. Man, Scruffy, you travel a lot. Last time you were in a taxi, now you're in a plane. Like, where are you going, dude? But thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate you being here. Okay, so this is Drip. You guys have seen him before. I need to make sure I have TikTok pulled up so they don't end my stream. Okay. So now, whenever you get near an enemy, the enemy will come and start punching you. And multiple enemies can punch you. I think this looks super sick. I have not shown this to the client yet, to my client. So you guys are the first to see this. Okay, so currently he doesn't have a die animation. Drip doesn't, so once they deplete his health, then nothing happens. So I'm just gonna go to the player. I'm gonna go down to his health script, put his health at 1,000 instead of 100, and then say that he hasn't. There, now they can just infinitely keep punching him. So now you can actually get attacked by enemies. So I'm super, super happy with this. I think it looks really good. I don't like that though, that if you're in the middle of a get hit animation, you can move like that. See that? That's obviously not good. I need to make it so that you can't run. That's a pretty easy fix. But today I'm not going to do that. Today I'm going to work on more of the animations for the goons. Currently they have 10 random punches. This is a Roblox game? No, it's not on Roblox. Looks like Unity, not, yeah, this is Unity. I don't know how I ended up here, but this is cool. Thanks, appreciate it, Juicy. Are you new, like brand new to the stream? It's interesting, most people that find my Pixelfire content, they usually find it and follow and stuff because of the VTuber stuff that I do with like Lego and all that. So it's really interesting seeing someone new that's joining for the game dev stuff, the live game dev. So yeah, so this is for those that are new that don't know anything about me or this or what I'm doing. So this is a mobile superhero game that I'm working on for a client of mine. And this is the main character. This is Drip. It stands for Do Right, Inspire People. He's a tiger superhero with dreads. He's got a staff, like a bow staff. Do combo moves. He's got punches, obviously. And then he's got a shield that works just like Captain America's shield. He can throw it, and it'll bounce back and forth between the bad guys. Oh, I love actually seeing them fight now. And he's got a cannon. So you pull your cannon out and you can can't see that. Like a deal bursts. And then you can hold it down, it'll charge up and then shoot a big blast. But of course I need to work on what that effect looks like on the big blast. So charge it up. And most recently this week I've been working on the goons. So before the goons could only, the bad guys, the enemies, they could only walk around. But now they can actually start fighting you or start punching you when they get near you. Why am I not taking damage? Did I run out of 1,000 health already? I did. I currently haven't made a death animation for the main character, so currently if they deplete your health, you just still stay alive. But this is what it looks like when they attack you, so that's super cool. So I've got 10 random punches in for the bad guys. You can pull up their punch list. Make sure everyone can see this. So here is 10 random punches. 10 random punches that each of the enemies are cycling through. And so today what I want to do on stream is I want to put in the kick animations because we recorded kick motion capture a while back. So I want to put some kicks in there too to add some variety. So the randomized punches already helps a lot as opposed to just having one punch every single time. But once they have kicks in there, and then also once we add their pew-pews in there to shoot laser blasts at Drip, that'll look a lot better too. Oh, and object hits as well. So one of them could have like a crowbar and they could start smacking away at Drip. So we're gonna go into Rococo Studio, and this is the mocap software I use, Rococo, and this is the goon. And these are all the, you probably can't see this on TikTok right now. Actually, let me try to pull up Stream Focus again so I can see everyone's chat at the same time. Hopefully this works. I'm having some struggles with Discord login. Stream Focus, launching. How do you make that, bro? So I'm running all this in Unity game engine. Log in with Discord. Please work, please work, please work. Oh my gosh, why do I keep getting errors? What in the world? Try 6. Log in. Authorize. So it is a stream focus issue because it's working on version 6, but not on version 7. Interesting. Okay. I saw an error about the Discord login stuff before I pushed this new build to my PC. Maybe that's the issue. I'll have to look at that later. I'm not going to do that now on stream. Okay, but at least we got this working. It's an old version of stream focus, but oh well. At least I can see everyone's chat at the same time. Let me pull this up real quick, guys. Just give me a second. Pixelfire, YouTube, Pixelfire. Okay, dupe, and then always on top. Okay, now I should see everyone's chats. It's really frustrating that Discord is giving me issues. Do you have any tips for game dev? That is a very broad question, SBK Soul. I'd love to answer your question better. Could you ask me a more specific question? Do you have any tips for game dev? Like I have no idea what you're asking exactly. Okay. Do. Northern Ireland was invited to a premiere of a film made by my family. That's awesome. What in the world? What was the film? Sorry for this Coke pouring ASMR. Sorry for that really loud glass click. You're the best. No, you were the best. What made you make this? I'm getting paid by a client to do this. Does the shield bounce back if there is nothing to bounce on? Yes. Let me actually show you that real quick. This is super, I'm super proud of this. So let me actually zoom out so you can see. I actually need to zoom the camera out a lot because I feel like it's a little too close for this game. Let me go down here. This is not game view. This is like out. Okay, you can see this. Okay. So currently, if you throw the shield at, let me turn all the goons off for now. Currently, if you throw the shield into nothing, it will just, that looks terrible. It will just throw forwards and then it will kind of like magnetize back, kind of like a giant magnet. If you hit a goon, it will hit the goon and then come back. If there are multiple goons, it will hit a goon and then it will ricochet from one goon to the next to nearby goons and then come back to your hand. But then, if you are facing like a wall and you hit the wall with it, let me show you what happens. Ready? Oh, not cannon. Shield. It just bounces off and then it eventually comes back. Let me see it do it again. The UI was kind of in the way. You throw the shield. It bounces off the wall and just hits the ground with some physics and then comes back to the arm. And we've got a lot of dialogue audio recorded for the character. So whenever he hits a wall on accident or something and it falls to the ground, it's gonna trigger an audio animation to play to say something like, "Oh, gotta work on my aim," or something like that. Hey, it's Jay Mendez. Thank you so much for the heart. It means a lot. Rise Phoenix Fire, what's up? Thanks for joining the stream. Is the game like a 3D, 2D game, or you can look around? Yes, it's a side-scroller game. So you just move from left to right. Left is the beginning of the level, the far right is the end of the level. And you can move back and forth a little bit. So I initially suggested to the client that we only allow left and right and up, down, and we don't allow forwards and backwards. is because it makes fighting with other enemies a little bit awkward. But he really wanted to have some movement back and forth. So we have some movement where you can go from like there to there, but that's it. Like we're not gonna allow going back down this road or down alleys or stuff. There'll be like an invisible wall there throughout the entire level. So it is a 3D game, but we're kind of limiting the space that you can travel around in because it's just for mobile. This isn't a console game or a PC game or anything, so we want to keep it simple. But I mean, all the mechanics are in here for it to essentially be an open world. It's a, I guess this would be a third-person side scroller. I don't know. Would that be considered third person? Because like if the camera is here and you're moving forward, yeah, that's third person because the camera's behind. But if you're like side scrolling like that, would that still be considered third person? I don't know. Actually, don't know. But like I could easily just remove this invisible wall. Let me just remove it. Just turn these colliders off. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, now it's gone. So now I can travel down here. So, I mean, the mechanics are in here for it to be an open world game if we really wanted it to be. But just for simplicity and because it's a mobile game, we're limiting the space that you can move around in. I love that so much. And the sound effects are going to be so fun with that when it just ricochets off a building. Okay, so let's work on the goon kicks. So we've got the punches in. Now I want to add some random kicks in here. So this is the mocap we recorded. I'm gonna look at this quick. Do you have ideas for like environment art for this game, you mean? What's up, Steady Motion? Thanks for joining. Like a blockage for the alley, he can't go down. Yeah, yep, for sure. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, there's gonna be things in the level like parked taxis and fire hydrants and lampposts and stuff like that. Yeah. If it's mobile, I'm playing for sure. Oh yeah, it'll be on mobile, Android and iOS. Logsy, thanks for being here. Thanks for joining the stream. Video game designer? Yes, I do game dev. Started a few years ago. Yeah, once we start getting into the environment design, the game will look a ton better. The way I like to work is instead of working on everything in the game all at one time, kind of like just developing a little bit of the main character, a little bit of the enemy, a little bit of the level, a little bit of the final boss. Instead of doing it that way, I like to like get each aspect pretty close to finalized, get all the work done on the main character and then all the work done on the enemies and then get all the work done on the level. Kind of take it one step at a time like that. And client is all good at that. So we're working on goon now, the punches. Let me show you that real quick for those that are just now hopping in. This week I've been working on making the enemies actually attack you instead of just walking around and following you. So now if a bad guy gets close to you, he'll start punching you. And you can actually take damage from that. And it looks really good. Like they can even surround you and start punching you, which looks really good, really fun. And I've lost all of my health, so now he won't get hit anymore because I don't have the death animation yet. So now we're gonna add the kicks in because we want to add some more variety to their hits. So these are the kicks we recorded. I'm gonna play through and look at a few of these first. You know, obviously these kicks will be sped up too. So like even the punches that we recorded they look this slow, but I speed them up in Unity in the game. So these kicks will be a lot faster. This feels super laggy. Why are we so like... Let's see the ricochet of shield on multiple bad guys so bad. Oh yeah, I'll show you that. Here we go. Yes, I've done this all by myself. From what you've seen so far. So the final boss in this level, his name is Rampage. I actually hired another character artist to come in and make that character. So he did. I haven't actually, it's finished, but I haven't showed it on stream yet. I want to so badly. I'll do that soon. And then I also hired the same character artist to do the texture work for all these bad guys, which is also finished. I just haven't put them in game yet. So here is the shield ricochet. And And this will all look so much cooler once I haven't done any visual effects yet. Once we add visual effects in, like hit effects and smoke and particles and stuff, it'll look so much more flashy. hit the building. And I love when like all of their health depletes at the same time and they just all fall down. It's super fun. Okay, let's get these kicks in. I think I like the take two kicks better. I'll show you them in a second. Thanks, steady motion means a lot. These kicks are kind of lame. That one's not bad. I'm gonna have to do some cleanup on this mocap because you can see the character is very far from center now. I'm gonna have to adjust that. SBK has been learning Lua in Roblox Studio. It is hard to learn and keep focus. What's hard about learning it, SBK? Mr. Action, what's up? Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, all these kicks are kind of lame. I briefly looked through these before I started stream. Oh shoot, I forgot to pray. Dang it. Okay, let's pray real quick. Lord, I thank you so much for this day. I thank you for another opportunity to stream and just to work on this game and just do work that I love. I thank you so much for that opportunity, Lord. It is such a blessing. And I thank you for everyone here today and for everyone that will join the stream today. I pray a blessing over them. I pray that you would just bless the work of my hands today as I work on this video game. And it's in your name we pray. Amen. Okay. Okay, let's look at kicks 2. Here's the second group of takes. I only need a few. Like I pulled out like 14 random animations for the punches. We don't even need that many. That's a little overkill. Let's look at these ones. Oh, plus we're not in treadmill mode. I need to change this to, or we are in treadmill. I need to turn that off. We're using legacy locomotion. That needs to be off. I need to use the same settings I used for punch. Locomotion, knee pop, toe bend. Locomotion, knee pop, toe bend. Retargeting options. Just thumbs. -20, 25, -5. -20, 25, -5. Oh, it sets it everywhere? Oh. It's for the whole scene, not just for every... That's helpful. Nice. I like that. Cool. Okay. Whoa, not that one. Okay, punches. Let's get back in. Oh, not punches. Sorry, kicks 2. Okay, let's see what we got here. I've learned animating, modeling, coding, and I have school plus work. Oh yeah, totally understand it. Totally understand that. Yeah, it's a lot. If you don't have any experience doing any of this, and you're balancing school or another job, it's quite difficult. I like that taunt right there. That's super lame. No one would kick like that. What is that? Oh my gosh, what am I kicking? A soccer ball? What is that? That's more like a karate kick. That's... I'm gonna put that in there. That's more of a karate kick, not a thuggish kick. That's hilarious. The animation I'm doing is killing me. What animation are you doing? Back to kicks 1. There's gotta be something in here. Why are we so far off the ground? Oh, there we go. Okay. Rococo glitch. Why am I like hitting my head down every time I kick? Why am I doing that? Was I doing that in the actual motion capture, or is that a motion capture glitch? I should look back at the video. We recorded all this mocap live on stream. It was a lot of fun. That one's not bad. That was pretty good. I'm just gonna export both of these for now and then clean them up in Blender and then take them into Unity and see what they look like. Okay, export. All this settings stay the same. Mocap goon, yep. Export clip. I'm just trying to render a scene, but it keeps crashing and hitting the not responding. What are you using? Are you using Blender? Is it Blender, Unity, Unreal? What is it? Glitch, thank you so much for the heart me and for the roses. It means a lot. Blender, okay. Just trying to render a scene, but it keeps crashing and hitting the not responding. Could it be a PC issue, Mr. Action? How powerful or terrible is your PC? We're finished and done. Now let's do the same thing with kicks 2. Export clip. It's the PC. Okay, so so you got a laptop. So is it a bad laptop? I'm guessing. How much do you have going on in your scene? And are you using Cycles or Eevee for your render engine? Okay, I'm opening up Blender to pull that motion capture in. We're gonna clean it up a little bit. Okay, so this is the punch file. I'm going to delete this and then import the kicks 1 file, import. I'm going to find high poly models to lower them. Yeah, if your models are if you have like a lot of geometry in there, that'll cause crashes for sure. Even on high-end PCs, you really got to make sure you're optimizing your geometry. Okay, and then let's save this as a copy. This is going to be okay, mocap goon. This is going to be called kicks 1. Okay, new file. Move this over a little bit. Frank, what's up? Thanks for joining the stream. I am working on a mobile superhero game for a client of mine. And right now we are putting in all of the kick animations for the enemies so that when they attack the bad guy, or sorry, when they attack you, the player, right now they have punches so they can do a bunch of random punches, but now I'm adding in the random kicks from some motion capture that we recorded a while ago. Pretend that test is a hydrate. LOL, stay hydrated, working hard. Thanks. I am drinking Coke, so I don't know if that counts as staying hydrated. I do have water here, actually. There you go, boom. I have that 500 test redemption over on Twitch because I was using that to test alerts in Stream Focus, which it showed up. There it is, see that? This is Stream Focus, by the way. This is a multi-chat app for streamers that I have been developing. And it's live, it's public, you can get it now on my website. But yeah, if you're a multi-streamer, then I highly recommend Stream Focus. It's really helpful. It shows me all the alerts up top from all 3 platforms. And then it shows me all the chats on the bottom. And then at the very top, it shows you all the viewer counts from each platform. And a recent feature I added, which I really love, is you can, if you want to check in on just one platform, you can just click that. So I want to check in on what YouTube is saying. Boop. And we have 2 viewers, but no chats or alerts there yet. TikTok, show me only TikTok. And then if I click Twitch, show only Twitch stuff. It's super helpful if you have like one that's super active. So whenever I do the VTuber streams with Lego Pixel Fire, usually I'm getting like 2,000 viewers on TikTok and chats moving like crazy. So I don't get to see the chats coming in on Twitch or YouTube. So I'll switch over to Twitch real quick to see what people are saying on Twitch, or I'll switch over to YouTube. So it's really helpful. Okay, let's work on these. Cleaning up this mocap. Front. First, let's set the frame range to 6062. Boop, and then delete all these rig keyframes. We don't need those. No, not the whole thing. Not all the bones. Why did it do that? Deselected all the bones, so they shouldn't be there. Oh, no, I didn't. There we go. Object. Now I can delete just this. There we go. Okay. Now I need to set the general position of this rig to the center. That's what I have the red and the blue feet marks there for. Boop. Let's move him over. I'm essentially right now just centering the motion capture. Okay, set a keyframe. Set a keyframe. Oh, sorry. Okay. And then we just keep moving along because the motion capture that I have drifts throughout the scene, so you've got to constantly update it. Location. YouTube's not empty now. Mwahaha. Thanks, Kanos. Appreciate it. Now we have a YouTube chat over on YouTube. Look at this. When I switch to YouTube, boom, 1 chat. So exciting. We've got 3 viewers on YouTube. What's up, guys? We've got 3 viewers, but only 1 chatter. Come on, guys. You guys need to show TikTok up. Whenever we do these live streams with just my face, this is the viewer count we get, like 20 tops. It shows the difference between this and my VTuber setup. Whenever I'm in the motion capture suit doing Lego Pixel Fire, we get like hundreds, sometimes thousands of viewers. These live game dev streams, my face is not as fun as my VTuber setup. 100% admit that. People only like me for my VTuber setup. People don't like the real me. Except for you guys, of course. You guys are the real ones. No, not location and rotation. Just location. Think I love the process of game development. Yes, it is so fun. I love being in 3D too. Just gonna go to the very end and set a keyframe. I don't know what that kick animation was at the very end. So bad. What was I thinking? Okay. After I do this, I'll bring this into Unity and we can actually see what it looks like in the game. And this is all over the place. This kick motion capture file had a lot of really good taunts in it. And I need to make sure that I extract. It's the wrong one. Let's be that one. These are tough to determine the center because he actually moves from center in some of these kicks. We're gonna have a more cartoony theme or low poly. Yes. Both, I guess. We'll probably work on the shaders a bit, but I mean, this is generally what the look is gonna look like. I mean, minus the level part, but the character, at least Drip, the main character, is pretty finished. We might add a little bit of post-processing in with the shaders. Like make it a little, we might add a little, like a hint of cell shading in the look of the game. Cool, those are good. Why did I do so many kicks without adding some pause in between these? That was really poorly done on my part. I think the the kick 2 sequence is better than the kick 1. I might have just been like playing around and testing out kicks for kick 1 and then doing the final kicks in kick 2. So a lot of these are probably just throwaway stuff. Because I can't really use any of this middle stuff where he's just like walking around a little bit. What is that? Nice stance, you a fighter? No, I'm not a fighter. I did karate as a kid. Does that count? No, it doesn't count. I play fight with my kids. Does that count? Yeah, these last kicks are just not usable at all. Yes to all. That's so dumb. There's way too much wind up to that kick. Yeah, there's no, and the foot is all janky. Look at the foot. Look at that. I mean, I could fix that. I could fix that foot. But yeah, we're not even. Oh, I think that was a take where my foot sensor came off on the motion capture suit. Because you can see I kick, the foot's weird, and then I'm shaking my foot. I'm like, what is going on? Oh no, I think that's when I actually hit my foot. I think I hit my foot on the desk or something. I gotta pull that up. Let me pull this up. Your channel. Live. Where is it? Recording mocap for the goon. There it is. Mute this. Kicks. It was at the end of kick 1. These look like the second batch of kicks. I have it muted, that's why you guys can't hear it, by the way. Launch my social app for Phasmophobia and making tools help in the game. What is that? And what does your app do? I think here it is. Yep, there it is. I kicked the bar on the bottom of my desk. Let me unmute this. Oh, frick! I hit the sensor under the desk. Ow! Frick! I hit the sensor under the desk. Please do not die, sensor. Oh gosh. I hit the sensor under the desk. Please do not die, sensor. Let me mute Spotify. Frick! I'm gonna need to recalibrate. Something had to have. Frick! I hit the sensor. Frick, I hit the sensor under the desk. Please do not die, sensor. Oh gosh. Frick, so that was when I knocked my foot on the desk in this steak right here. Okay, so we're definitely not using that last steak for anything. Okay, this is good. Enough cleanup for now. Let's export this. Select hierarchy. Boop. File, export, FBX. We're using the Rococo to Unity preset that I made, and then we're calling this kicks one fixed. Boop, export. It's complex hunting system in the game. It's a ghost hunting game. App is share tips. Earn badge just made a custom timer for it. That's cool. Are you on the Discord? You should post that on the Discord. Like in the game. I guess it's not a game. It's sort of a social app for a game. Yeah, you could post it in game dev. Go to the Discord channel and post it in the game dev channel. I would love to see it. Okay. Okay, so kicks one fixed is done. I'm also going to go ahead and do the kicks two so we can just bring them all into Unity at the same time. So save that. And then select hierarchy, delete, and then file, import, FBX, kicks two, import. This one's shorter and it definitely did not have as much drifting, so we should be in a much better shape here. Unknown potato. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at alerts, guys. Thank you so much for the heart me. Really appreciate it. Okay, let's set the 2897. 2897. And then let's save this as kicks 2. And then let's select only the rig. Put it in front. Go to pose mode, deselect all the bones, and then delete all the root keyframes. We don't need those. Okay, now we can do this. Oh, these kicks, his feet are not in the right position. He's just like standing there as opposed to being in like an attack stance. Shoot. I actually wonder what will work better in the game. We're gonna have to play around with this in Unity, but let's go ahead and at least put ourselves centered. There we go. At the very end. We are right about there and there. What I could do is, because I'm pretty sure I've got some taunts in here that transition from attack stance into forward facing stance. So we could set that as an in-between animation between a punch and a kick. If the enemy wants to go from a punch to a kick, then he first does the transition animation, which changes his position. We could do that. If we have to. We might not have to. It's a mobile. I've got to remember this is a mobile game. Things don't have to be perfect in any game, really. But especially in a mobile game, because this guy's going to be like this big on your phone. Scrouthy, thanks for joining the stream again. Oh, I didn't turn the music back on. Sorry about that. Play. Boom. How's everyone's week? It is the end of the week. It is Friday. What did you guys do this week? What did you get accomplished? Any goals that you met? Anything cool you did at school or work or in your hobby? What did you guys do this week? Anything notable? Anything fun? Yeah, there's some really good taunts in here. Scruffy. Neighborhood, I think it was the movie Coco. I watched the behind the scenes and they modeled the whole background. Oh yeah, what else did so you mean like they modeled it instead of it being like a matte painting or something. Yeah, that's actually insane. Yeah. That is crazy. Command Slime Light, what's up? Thanks for joining the stream. It's good to see you. Command Slime Light is an OG viewer. Even though it's just a wide shoot, yeah. Wide shot, yeah. Coke is so good. What's your favorite drink, guys? What is your favorite drink? Man, even these animations are going to be tough to make work because he does so much walking in these shots, and they need to be static because the locomotion that I use for these characters in the game is a completely separate system. So to have extra locomotion going on in an animation that's supposed to be like static is gonna be difficult to make work. Maybe, we'll see. Without it looking like it's jumping forwards and backwards. That might work. Coke and Captain Morgan. Like mixed together or separate? There should not be drift there. That one's good. Oh, I'm like... Kick needs to be more centered. That's better. He's a little sweeter like honey. Huh, okay. Also, this is super high off the ground. Why is it doing that every kick? I have to be very... It's going to be tough choosing which takes to use for all this. Well, obviously can't use that kick at all because I end the kick and then go stop the mocap. That's not usable. Well, I should have chat right here. Oh, I don't have chat right here. Okay. Let's go over that. Yeah, all of these kicks, you see that? How the whole body like goes up? Why is it doing that? I'm gonna go back to this. Why is it doing that? And the mocap, it's literally saying green on that means it's should be on the ground. But the foot is not staying on the ground. It's messed up. Make his torso twist. Yeah, there's a lot of... I'm very tempted just to snag some kick mocap from online somewhere. We'll see how it looks in game. Move this over here for a second. Details. Locomotion. Have I turned elevation tracking on? I don't think so, but I'll try it. See what it looks like. Nope, same problem. I really don't want to clean up the mocap that much. Could, I guess. Every time you kick, or every time I kicked, the other foot rises. Look at that. See, that's just naturally one of the downsides of Rococo motion capture or inertial mocap for that matter. There's other suits out there, it's not just Rococo. Like, this would never happen on optical motion capture, but optical motion capture is just so expensive. I think what I'm going to have to do is just take this into Unity now, pick out the takes I want to use for the game, and then only on those specific takes go in and adjust the feet. Because I don't want to adjust the feet on this whole thing because I'm not using the whole file. I'm only going to use some of the kicks. So, whoops. So aside from that, the feet issue there, let's see if everything else is good in this file. PC is lagging? I'm sorry. It's the worst. Maybe more hip movement. Yeah, I'm not re-recording this motion capture. But I'll definitely clean it up once I decide on which takes to use. Yeah, like right there should not drift. That's not bad. This is a side-scroller game. I've got it pulled up in Unity right now. I'll show you the game in a second. I just want to finish this up real quick. Give me like 1 minute and I'll be done cleaning up the smoke cap. Famous last words. Yep, that's good. Okay. Rise Phoenix Fire, what's up? CO Sorelli. Okay, I'll show you right now. Is the mesh locked with the skeleton perfectly? What do you mean by that XP boost? Okay. Let's select this, select hierarchy. File, export FBX. Kicks to fixed. Use Orococo Unity preset and export. The retargeting. I'm not sure exactly what you mean. Is it locked perfectly? Yes, I'm not sure what you mean. How would it not be locked perfectly? Do you mean like if it was being drawn to like another object as well? Like as far as influence goes, like is it 100% influence from the rig? Yes. If that is your question. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna bring these all into Unity. So here's our Unity game. I'm going to copy those kit fixed files, copy over into the game toolant, assets, characters, goon, mocap, paste, and then take off the fixed word. Don't want to do that. Okay, and you should see those show up here. Boop, kicks 1 and kicks 2. Okay, there we are. You cannot see that on TikTok. Okie dokie. Let me show you the game real quick. Can you guys see the full screen? Sometimes TikTok says that I'm cutting stuff off. So here's the enemies attacking, so they'll actually start punching you. It works really well. We've got 10 random punches that are playing each time. So now I'm just adding the kicks in, so the goons can have some extra attacks. So let's go through and pick out our takes. Stop doing that. Okay, let me make sure this is all good. Model, that's all the same. Rig needs to be set to humanoid. Apply. And then animation. Start adding our takes. Okay. I'm just gonna add one for now. Usually I just add all the takes in one go, but I'm just gonna do one. See what it looks like. I still don't know why I jolted my head down when I was kicking there. It's so random, so weird. Do that. That's a good one. So that is 819-ish to 950. Okay. There's a kick. And then we want to make sure we're going to call this kick one. Make sure it's set to original. Okay, and then apply that. These kicks also don't loop back to the original spot, so I have some transition working to go from one animation to another, but I'm not sure if it's going to be enough with kicks. So I'm going to go in this base layer. I'm going to just duplicate punches and call this kicks. Actually, just to test this out for now, I'm just going to add an extra one here. Boop. It's going to be in the punch file. Call this kick one. One. Random punch equals 10 or 11. Yeah, 10. It's one, boop, and then I'm just gonna keep looping back and forth between it just to test this out and see what it looks like. Okay, so now one of the goons, once it finally chooses random, no, I need to change this to actually allow for 11. So one of the goons, once it finally chooses kick, that kick animation as its random animation, it'll do that and then it'll just keep looping back and forth between that same kick animation. So let's test that out. Oh, this is Unreal Engine? No, I use Unity. Okay, here we go. Oh, there's a kick right away. Look at that. Eventually, they'll all, as soon as they hit that random animation, they'll all start kicking. And they won't stop kicking. Let me set that also to, oh, we're using foot IK, okay. It's actually transitioning back pretty well. What do I have that set to? Oh, and I'm falling. Okay, so let's delete that from the punches and do this properly now. Punches is only 10. Kicks will keep 10 for now, but we're gonna use parameter ID random kick. Okay. Transition to there. Kicks. This is no exit time, 0.1 next state, 0.1 next state. Ordered interruption is off. Conditions, kick, need to add that. Trigger, kick, and then add an int, which is random kick. Kick and random kick. Random kick. Condition, kick. Okay, so that's good for going into it, and then we exit from that. Make transition to idle. And then in kicks, we can replace all of these with our kicks. So random kick equals 0. Kick equals 1. Random kick equals 2. Random kick equals 3. This is the not so flashy part of game dev. Random kick equals 6. Random kick equals, I don't think I'm gonna have 10 random kicks in here, but I'm just doing this for now. Random kick equals 8. Random kick equals 9. Okay, and then on the exits, those are all the same. And then here we have our punches, but instead of punch, it's going to be the kick. Rename it kick 1. Okay, I'm just gonna, can I mute this? Mute the transition. Can I not box select those? Really? Okay. Oh wait, kick never gets called. I need to actually call kick in the code. So that would never even get called. Are you familiar with Unreal Engine? No, I've never used Unreal Engine before. I don't have anything against it. I just have never had time to learn. So I started learning on Unity back when Unreal was not free. So when I first started dabbling in game design, it was basically Unity or Unreal. Well, Blender Game Engine too. So I actually started, my first dabbling with game design was back in Blender Game Engine when Blender had a game engine. But then I started looking into other game engines because Blender got rid of theirs. And at the time back then, Unity was free and Unreal Engine was not. So, and I was, what, 16, 17, 18 back then. And so I just went with Unity. And I've been using Unity ever since, and I love it and have no problems with it. So I would love to learn Unreal Engine. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I just don't have time. So nothing against it. The stuff they put out is really cool. Okay, what was I doing? Putting it in the code. Enemy. Guys, let me know how you're doing in the chat today in this ASMR with Zach with Pixelfire. I spooked you. How did I spook you? What in the world? Okay, on the attack, where is the attack? Attack player. So this is start new attack, true, auto attack, true, and I set trigger punch. Okay, we need to randomly pick either punch or kick. But for now, I'm just gonna do kick for testing. I'm gonna make it so that the goons kick every single time they attack. but we will eventually need to add a random choice between the goon deciding to punch or kick. Sorry. Okay, but for now, they're just only gonna kick, just to make sure our stuff works. Oh, Desai, okay, got it. Okay, please kick me, please kick me, please kick me, please kick me. Yes. Doesn't do any damage yet because I haven't turned that on. Kick me, kick me. The transition actually works. It's pretty smooth. No, what was that? I don't know what that was. It's not gonna kick again because I don't have the animation event put in there yet to finish attacking. So I can just set their attack to false and they'll kick again. I'm actually gonna turn all but one off so I can see better. Okay, you, Mr. Goon. What is that rotation? Not even facing me. What's going on here? He's facing enough. Happen if I turned foot IK off and then attack. There's still a slide there. Why is there a slide? Do you guys see that? That's why. Okay. Kick one. Need to adjust the animation length. Let's add a little bit more time. Nine, 7, 6. Okay. Apply. Let's try that out. Yeah, just join what's happening right now. Turtle Twins, what is up? Thanks for joining the stream. I am working on a mobile superhero game for a client of mine. And the enemies can punch you, but now I'm making it so that they can kick you as well. They're instantly facing towards the player. Oh, I know why. So I just have this instant snap look towards the player, but I have some better code that smoothly turns the main character towards the enemy, so I just need to copy that code over. Drip character. Transition, idle, taxi, instant punch. No, that's not it. Face enemy. Face enemy. Instant snap look. No. Transform, do, look at. That's it. I'm going to copy that and paste it in the enemy code. So instead of instant, we're going to do smooth look towards player. Vector 3, look at player is going to be new vector 3. It's not closest enemy, it is player. Is player already? It is. So actually, I can just use that same bit there. Okay. And then instead of transform look at, we're just using the do tween, transform do look at, and then look at player. Boop. Boom, simple as that. Okay, so just delete that. Now comment this code out. And now we should smoothly look towards the player, like smoothly turn the enemy towards the player instead of snapping to that rotation. And I'm gonna see if I have that snap look at anywhere else in this code. I do, I have it in patrolling, in chasing, and in attacking, and in get hit, snap look towards player. So I just need to add that everywhere. So copy this. Add it here. Player transform, yep. Comment that out. Next one, towards a walk point. So instead of snap look towards walk point, I'm gonna do smooth look towards walk point. We're gonna do, I'll do that, look at walk point. And this right here is what we copy. Boop. Comment this code out. One there too. Oh, I did it wrong. Back to there. We're doing towards player, right? Yep, so play, I'm gonna grab the player one. Towards player, comment that code out. Player position transform, yep. Okay, now all the snap looks for the enemy have been updated to the smooth look towards the player. Or the patrol point. Towards walk point, walk point. Maybe next game dev stream I'll do it in the mocap suit so we can actually get some more viewers in here. But I appreciate you, everyone here who's actually joined. I really appreciate it, guys. Look towards player, good to go. Towards player, good to go. Cool. Okay. Now we should get smooth rotations for the enemies. Let's try that out. Nice. That looks so much better than just the instant snap. And the kick transition works too. Turn all of them off except one. No, it's still moving back towards the front. Let's take a look at that here. See if it's the animation moving or the nav mesh agent moving. It's the nav mesh agent. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Okay, that's good. So it's moving because it's trying to move to Drip's position. But if you're attacking, you should not be allowed to move. It works in the punches. Doesn't work because we haven't done the finish attacking in the file. So I'm gonna go down to here, kick one, and then add events. So events, and then I think it's called right foot attack on, I want to say. Let's see. Right foot attack point. Right foot attack point, but what is it in here? Yeah, right foot attack point. So no, what is it in the script? Enemy animation delegate. There it is. Right foot attack on. Okay, so I had it right, cool. So, and then add another keyframe. Well, let's play forward a little bit. You guys can't see this at all. Over here. So in the animation, we need to turn the attack point on his foot on and off so that the player can know that it's getting hit. Or so that the attack point on the foot of the enemy can actually send attack information. So, but you don't want to, but like, so the way this works is there's like a sphere around the character's foot. I'm actually going to go ahead and put that in right now, so it'll be a lot easier to explain. I do have the attack point on. Awesome. Alrighty. We shouldn't be doing this on this character. We need to do it on this one. Okay, so you see I have this guy right here. It's essentially a little sphere on the foot. I'm gonna make that bigger. Make the radius like a 0.2. So then pretty much any time that sphere touches the main character, it deals damage to the main character. Problem is you don't want that to happen anytime the foot touches the character. You only want that to happen when the character is, or when the enemy is actually doing a kick. So the way that works is this stays off all the time, but then when the animation for the kick starts, we turn it on so that the sphere can deal damage to the character. And then when he finishes the kick animation, it turns off so he can stop dealing damage to the character. So we leave it off. I'm gonna make sure we have it on for the left foot 2, left foot attack point. Oop, we have that. We'll just make it 0.2 so it's a little bigger. So right foot and left foot are on. I'm gonna turn them off. Make sure Goon actually has those in, yes, left foot and right foot. I'm gonna go ahead and apply these changes to the prefab so that it applies to the other goons as well. And then in the animation, I'm gonna tell the animation at which point it needs to turn that sphere on and off. And I do that with these animation events right here. So this animation event right here is right foot attack on. So at what point in time do we want it to turn on? So we look at the animation. And we want it to start, the foot to start dealing damage probably about right here. So after this point in the animation, if the sphere overlaps with Drip, the main character, then it will deal damage to him. So we're gonna turn that on here. So move this event right there. And we wanna turn it off. So if it does deal damage, the code will, in the script, will automatically turn that off, because once you deal damage once with a kick, you don't want it to constantly deal damage even after the kick is landed. So it turns off automatically if a hit registers. But if no hit registers throughout the entire kick, you eventually want to turn it off through the animation. So we're gonna move forward in time. So after about there, we shouldn't apply any more damage at that point. So we're gonna add that there. Paste that, right foot attack off. So right foot attack is on, and then right foot attack off. And then we also have another event that we add at the end called finish attacking. Boop. And then we can put that at the very end. That essentially tells the script, hey, the whole attack is done, now we can do another attack. And it won't send another attack command unless an attack that it's already doing finishes up. Okay, so that's good, and now it's already applied. So now, I believe we should be good. You'll actually see this. I'll leave this on over here so you can actually see it turning on and off when a kick goes to register. So you'll see those little red circles enable once they get ready to kick drip. We'll move over here. Okay, here's a bad guy coming to me. Watch really carefully. You see that? The red circle turned on and then off. On and then off. On and then off. It's not dealing damage because the kicks aren't actually hit, the feet aren't hitting drip, and it's because the characters are too close to drip. So what I need to do is make their attack range for now like a 2. So now they'll start attacking when they're further away. Okay, that's obviously too far. But you get the idea. We need to have them further away, so 1. Still too close, probably. It needs to be like a 1.2. It's not dealing any more damage to drip because he lost all his health and I don't have a death animation yet. What is that enemy doing? Is that enemy rotating towards the other enemies? What is he doing? That guy's rotating, looking towards drip. That guy's looking towards drip, but this guy. Why is he so far off from his nav mesh point? What is going on with his rotation? Now he's working, okay. That was super weird. Okay. So we need to make the attack range different based on whether you're punching or kicking. So punch is good for 0.65. So let's update that. We're gonna go to the enemy script. Attack range. And we're gonna change this to punch range. And add kick range. And then everywhere there's an error, just go and update it. Player in attack range. Hold on. There's a fly in my office buzzing around. You think about this. I don't want to turn attack range into punch range. Hey, thanks for the follow. It means a lot. How do we do this? Because I want the attack range to encapsulate punches and kicks and object hits and pew-pews. I don't want to just change attack range into punch range. What if... Squidamus, is the Lego Filters motion capture? Yes, it is. I wear a mocap suit. That one back there, actually. That mocap suit hanging on the wall, that's what I wear with the Lego stuff. Major Laser, if the fly is buzzing and is annoying, initiate laser lock, then initiate pew. That's awesome. Good, glad to have another coder or game dev in the house. Love it. I need a new water bottle. Look how scratched up this is. I've actually had this since we bought this house, which was a long time ago. Okie dokie. What if I try making... This might look weird, but instead of allowing the kick animation to move from its position, what if I change the XY to be center of mass? Nope, that's not what I want. I want it to be... I really think if I do that, it's gonna mess up locomotion. Good try though, let's just see what it looks like. Sylvan, what's up? I'm working on a mobile superhero game for a client of mine. And the enemies can punch, but I've turned punches off because I'm currently working on the kick, so I want the enemies to be able to kick as well. Hey, kick is working great. Didn't land that kick. I need to turn all these off but one. Okay. And they're not landing because all the health is depleted, so I'm gonna do 1,000 health. There we go. There's just a little bit of moonwalking in the animation, which is probably not terrible. I mean, it is just a mobile game. It is a little bit frustrating though. Let's change it back to bake into pose original. Boop. Maybe that actually is the way to go for the kicks, because I mentioned earlier when we were cleaning up the motion capture for these kicks. The problem with the kicks in my locomotion system is that the kicks animation moves out past the center point and then comes back in. So maybe it is actually better for the kicks to not bake into pose and to be like this. So they always stay static. I still need to make it not walk though when it's attacking. Essentially though, doing it this way, making it so the kicks animations is not baked into the pose, I could essentially just use treadmill mode in the motion capture in Rococo, and then I don't have to do all that. I don't have to do all that cleanup in Blender. He stays in the same spot. Because otherwise, if I bake it into pose, then he moves forward with the animation. Attacking. See, he moves forward out of his center point to do the kick. Oh, it is more realistic though. Change that wait time to be like time between attacks 2. Oops. LTG, what's up? Thanks for joining the stream. How's it going? What do they pay you to make games for them? It depends on the client, depends on the job. Depends on how big the game is. This is tough. Okay, that fixed the walking, or the sliding after the attack was over. So essentially the kick is pushing Drip forward a little bit, which I'm not sure if I like or not. I don't know if I like that or not in the game. I almost would just rather not bake the kick animation into the pose. so that he then just stays still. Even if with a little bit of moonwalking, I feel like that's the way to go. Because then the goon just stays in his spot while he's kicking. Like there's a little bit of moonwalking involved on the goon, but yeah, I think that's definitely the way to go, because I want to keep the enemies confined into their character space. The problem is with these kick motion capture animations that we did is that the kick has some locomotion built into it, and I don't want that. Because I'm handling all the locomotion in this code here, in the idle and in the walk blend tree. So that when you're far away and the goon starts walking, he transitions from idle to the walk. So now he's walking, he's patrolling. So the walking is what moves his whole character forward. But then if we have walking baked into the motion capture, then he steps outside of his character space. If I turn this off, if I bake it into pose, original, apply. See, now when he kicks, he steps outside of his character space. So he's adding extra locomotion in that we have in the mocap file. But I'd prefer for him to just be stuck in space. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do it that way. I'm going to, for all the kicks, not bake the XY into the pose. Only question is, do I do original or center of mass? That I'm not sure about. I think original, a center of mass would essentially be treadmill mode from Rococo, the straight motion capture file in treadmill mode. But if I do original, that is using all the cleanup stuff that I did in Blender. Which at that point, if I'm essentially using treadmill mode at this point, then all this cleanup is pointless. So I just need to, like, center of mass. Actually, I'm not sure if the treadmill mode in Rococo motion capture, if treadmill mode uses center of mass or if it uses the origin point of the hips. I think it uses origin point of the hips. Let's actually test it out. So if we turn treadmill, let's actually just play this, boop. So treadmill mode on. It's definitely center of mass. Not the hip bones. Because the hip bones are still moving around. They're not locked into place. So I'm doing it this way. I could just export the kicks straight from Rococo in treadmill mode and then not have to do any cleanup. I'm gonna set this as center of mass. That pretty much negates all of the cleanup we did in Blender. And then play that. Love working in Unity. Are you testing animation states? No, I'm testing, not quite. I'm testing kicks right now. So I have goons working for punches attacking the player, so I'm adding the kicks in now. But I'm just toying with the idea of, do we want the locomotion from the animation file for the kick to be built into it, or do we not want it? Because right now we have it off, which I think I like better. There's a little bit of moonwalking in the kick file, like they stay static. But I like that better than what the alternative was before. So now I'm gonna add in some more random kicks. Now to say this question, how many people are developing this game? Is it like a group project? I was a single project. This is a single project, so I am the solo dev on this game. I've done everything beginning, and I will be doing everything beginning to end, except for two key things. There is a final boss. I haven't showed this on stream yet because it's done, but I haven't showed it. There's a final boss in this level. His name is Rampage. He's a red elephant character. And I outsourced that part of the game to another character artist. And he did all the sculpting and texturing and modeling and everything, and the low poly optimization for the retopology for that character. And that's all done. I'll show it on stream here at some point soon. But so that character artist did that, and the character artist also did texturing work for the goons, which I haven't put into the game yet, but he did that. So aside from those two things, I'm doing everything myself. Mohammed, what's up? Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, Rise Phoenix Fire. You can ask me any question you want, ever. The park bench. Park bench, what do you make in Unity? I want to know. I want to know. Can you show me? I want to know about your Unity game dev. What's that from, guys? What movie is that from? Okay. Let's add some more random kicks. Boop. Put this here so you guys can see it. Okay, add kick 2. We're gonna start at least 976 because that's where we left off at, and then play. There's a random kick, end at 1244. $1,337. Okay, let's play that. Too much at the beginning. $1,061. Okay. And then back to the position. Good. There's another kick. Kick 2. So make sure it copies all original checks and then center of mass, not original center of mass. Okay, apply. I still have to add the animation events in. We'll do that in a second, but first let's just go add these kicks in. Let's add kick 3. Start off at least 1244. Play. Sure, we'll add that one. 1500. I'm new to Blender. Can you explain what did you just do here, please? I'm not in Blender right now. I'm in Unity. In Blender, this is Blender here. In Blender, I was cleaning up the motion capture that we did a while back. But I've exported this FBX file and now I've imported it into Unity. And now I'm going through the whole animation. I'm just picking out some clips that we can use for animations in the game, in Unity. Okay, so kick 3. We want to start right about there, 1289. We want to end right there, 1465. Boop. Doop, doop. Original, and then apply. Okay, we've got 3 random kicks now. Let's add a 4th. Start at 1465. Start playing. It's a little bit of a low kick. Not sure I like that one. It does add some variety. Yeah, I'll keep it. Play. This is a super lame kick. It's like this goon is drunk or something. I don't mind it. It's sloppy, but I think that's good for these guys because these guys are like thugs. They're very like, they're like not final boss bad guys. These are like first bad guys you fight. Well, the game be called just Tooland. So this is for a client of mine. He has a comic book series called Tooland. It's number 2-land, Land. And he has a comic book series called Tooland. He's got action figures, cartoon episodes on YouTube, comic books printed, and this is the video game portion of all that. So he has a video game, and that's what I'm working on for him right now. You can check out his website. It's toolandcomics.com. Super cool stuff. Really cool guy. I need to have him on stream at some point. That would be fun. Guess that's Kick 4. Let's rename it. Kick 4. Original. Check. Apply. Okay, let's add a 5th kick. Starting at 1894. Okay, play. I feel like that kick looks just like all the other kicks. They're starting to all blend together, guys. That's different. I don't like how close the arms are coming into the body, though. That would need some cleanup. Like, that looks bad. Really don't want to clean that up. I'm gonna skip that one. And that one. Double kick? That was terrible. That's a good one. That's definitely adds some variety. So ending at 26:43. 26:43. And then we started at 2434. I'm worried about this kick because his pose at the start of it does not match the other poses. Two. Let's try it out. Kick 5. Check. Original. Apply. Shoot, I think we have a problem with not baking the animation into the pose. The whole character is drifting. I need to see if that actually affects him in the game. So I'm gonna turn all the goons off but one. I'm gonna set the goon to automatically just go into a kick loop. So entry, kick, paste, set scene default state, kick, and then just loop back at yourself constantly. 0.2, that's fine. As exit time 1. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. See if make sure he's not drifting. If he drifts, that's not good. Why is he moving? Oh, because of the code. Enemy off. There we go. No code. View him from top down mode, orthographic. I've got my mouse at like the top of his left shoe. Just let it sit there for a bit. It doesn't look like it's drifting. I think we might be good. I've never actually used this in Unity before, where we're not baking into pose. You literally found you right now in Instagram. Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for joining the stream. Well, I can pull this back over here. Stream focus. There we go. I also have more control of my music by using EQ Max software with GarageBand with my mixer, connecting my guitar to play music without. I bought this. What's up? Thanks for joining the stream. Looks fine. Yeah, I don't see it. I moved my mouse, but yeah, I don't think it's drifting. We should be good. Actually wonder if I set it to original, would that make it drift? Original. Apply. Come back every other week to see the progress. Watch during the laser thing. Oh, thanks so much. Means a lot. Actually adjusted the laser stuff to operate a little bit differently. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so yeah, this is fine. We're good. So I'm gonna go back to what we had before, which was... Gotta move this out of the way. Kicks, center of mass, apply. Okay. We have the 5th kick in there. Now 2. About us to see it. Yeah, here we go. Here, I'll do it real quick. Okay, so now what happens is you press it, you tap once to pull your cannon arm out. And then every time you tap after that, it's just a burst, like a doo, 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 doo. And then, so burst, doo, doo, and then you can hold it down, and then it charges up, and then you can release it, and it'll shoot a charge blast. I'll make the charge blast look better once we actually do the VFX stuff, but that's the general mechanics of it. That's the UX at least. So you hold it down for a certain amount of time, and I kind of have a visual indicator in there right now. The ball charging is red, and then once it's charged for a certain amount of time, it turns yellow, and then you can release it and it shoots. But if you release it before it's fully charged, like right there, it doesn't do anything. You release, nothing. You release, nothing. Charge it at least until it gets yellow, then let go, and then it shoots a big blast. I should make the sound effects with my mouth for this game, huh? And then last week, I didn't show any progress on stream. He's just constantly kicking. Poor guy. Oh, I should have that would be cool to add, like, in the level somewhere. There's just like a punching bag hanging up, and the bad guys are just like practicing on the punching bag. And then Drip comes along, and then they turn to fight him, and then they leave the punching bag. That would be cool. That would be really fun to add. And then actually add physics to the punching bag, so when they kick it, it actually moves around. That would be super cool. Oh, I want to do that right now. Nope, focus, Zach. Focus. Okay, let's take the goon out of his perpetual kicking. And so now let's go to kicks. We can actually add in these extra kicks that we added. We've got 5 now. Let's kick 1, kick 2, kick 3, kick 4, kick 5, then and change out the animations to be the kicks. Kick 2, kick 3, kick 4, kick 5. And then unmute all of these triggers. Is that it? Yes, 5. And then we need to set the base layer kicks to say there are 5 random kicks you can choose from. And we should be good. Oh no, I need to add the animation events to those kicks. That's right. Let's pull this over here so you guys can actually see this. Make a note somewhere. This you should actually make. Yeah, this physical note somewhere for that idea. They're like really quick now. No, I'm not gonna make a note. I need you to be my note so that you're encouraged to come back to stream. Come back to my stream when I do that. When I actually start working on the environment stuff, which will be in the next week or so. Next week or so, we'll start working on the environment, putting the taxis in, the street lamps, and the fire hydrants, stuff like that. Then we'll actually add the punching bag in, and then have the goons be able to fight that. So remind me, just remind me. I will already come back, but just do it for me. Make the note. Make the note. I actually don't. Okay, I'll do that. Make the note. Goon. No. Add punching bag that goons can play with. Okay, there we go. Note done. I'm not relying on that note though. I'm relying on you. I bought this. Okay, let's add these animation events. Events. I can just copy and paste, which is nice. So copy all these events. Copy animation events, and then on kick 2, paste, and then we just need to set it up to be at the right time. So turn it on there. So right foot attack on starts there. And then right foot attack off is like right there. And then finish attack is at the very end. Double check. On. Kick off. Perfect. Kick number 3. Paste animation events. Drag finish attacking to the end as always. Right about there. Turn it on. Right foot attack on. Then we turn it off right there. Boop. 2 more. Kick 4. Paste animation events. Drag finish to the very end. Find the point where we gotta turn it on. Right about there. Attack on. Move forward a little bit. Kick, and then right foot attack off. Perfect. Last kick. Kick number 5. Paste animation events. Drag that to the end. Find the point where we need to turn the attack on right about there. Attack on, and then turn it off right there. A little sooner. Perfect. Apply. Okay, all those animation events are done for those 5 kicks. So now they should all work properly. Now goons can kick any of those random 5 kicks. Let's test it out on this one goon. He's stuck. Why is he stuck? Oh, because I turned his code off. So he would be stuck in the infinite kick loop. There we go. He's on now. We need people to make some models from the actual books. This should be a community art, just an idea. What do you mean by that? we need people to make some models from the actual books. Like from the comic books? Yeah, if there's any 3D modelers in the chat, if you want to make some stuff for the game, feel free. If it's good enough, I'll put it in. Like if someone wants to make a fire hydrant or a pew pew for the bad guys. Okay, there's a kick. Yep, it's playing the 5 random kicks nicely. Beautiful, beautiful. I love that kick, the low kick. I wasn't sure about it, but I actually love that low kick. Kick 1 and 4 look very similar. So does kick 2. And Drip has ran out of health. So I need to give Drip a lot more health for this test. Health 10,000. There we go. So we can get some feedback. Let me zoom in too so we can all see better. A lot of these kicks look very similar. We could probably get rid of a few of them. These all foot IKs. Yes. And they're all 1.5 speed. Let me try to do 2 speed. Just make the kick a little faster. The kick part looks really good, but the walking, like the foot shuffling, is too fast, I think. But the kicks look really good. I also need to make these goons run. Yeah, I think it's just too fast. Even the kick I feel like is a little fast. So I'm gonna go back to 1.5s. What comic story? ST. So this is all for. So let me show you. Let me actually show you his website. So this client of mine, his name is Jason. He created his own indie comic book brand called Tooland Comics, and he actually has comic books available that you can buy now. He goes around to different Comic Cons. Like every single weekend, he's traveling to a different Comic Con, selling his comic books. He's got a stand and everything. I've actually had people come on stream before who they have actually seen this guy at conventions before. So he's got merch, obviously. He's got the comic books. He's got cartoon episodes on YouTube. He's got action figures you can buy. Where is that? Shop. Toys. He's got these action figures, a plushie. And so I'm working on this mobile video game for him. So yeah, you can check that out. He's a really cool guy. Really cool guy. Question, do you have a range energy for your creator and code discount? Just curious. You can't sign up to them for a drink sponsor. I just ordered some another. Rise Phoenix Fire, could you reword that? I have no idea what you're saying. I'm so sorry. What's the plot of the game in comics? I mean, any superhero, it's the same plot across all superhero stuff. I mean, just think Spider-Man or Ninja Turtles. He gets a lot of inspiration from Ninja Turtles, I feel like. Do you have a deadline? Yes and no. My client's very flexible with this. We have had deadlines, but they just keep getting pushed because for a bunch of reasons, both on my end and on his end. So some things on his end. So I was working on the game for a long time, and then he was like, hey, he saw my Lego Pixel Fire VTuber stuff, and he's like, I really want a VTuber setup for Drip. So he had me pause the game development and just work on a VTuber setup for his character Drip. So he uses that now for marketing on his, his Instagram and different social media outlets, which is really cool. And then he also has some web commercials too that he had me pause the game for to work on those for him as well. So I've done work for this client in the past a lot, aside from video game stuff. This is the first video game I've made for him. Most of my other work for him in the past has been animations, motion graphics, videos, stuff like that. VFX. So this is the first game. So he's had me pause this a few times to work on other stuff. And then on my end, like I'll be developing something in the game, and I'll be like, man, it'd be really cool if we could add this. So I start tinkering, I start playing around, and so that's why things end up taking longer. So then I go to the client, and he's totally cool with this, which is really cool of him. Most clients are not like this. It's a very unique relationship we have between he and I. He knows that I'm doing things to help make the game better, and so he's very flexible. He's very flexible. So that's the long story, long version. I'd be wrong, but aren't you the guy that did those motion capture suit videos? I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there that do that, but yes, I do the Lego VTuber stuff. Lego Pixelfire, Minecraft Pixelfire. Yeah, that's me. If that's who you're talking about. To drinks, I'm just wondering if you had a credit code for Rage energy drinks or drinks like a discount, and I was just saying if you don't, can't. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, I don't have any drink sponsors. Yeah, the only creator code that I have is for Epic. I don't even know if it still works anymore. It's been a really long time since I played Fortnite, but if you play Fortnite or get anything from the Epic Game Store, you can use code Pixelfire, I think it was. Pixelfire. Yeah, that's really the only creator code. I do have a code for Rococo, the motion capture stuff. You can get 5% off if you use my code, RKK_Pixelfire. Yeah. Okay. We got the random kicks in there. Ooh, something that's been bothering me is whenever Drip is getting hit, you can still move around while you're getting hit. So I'm gonna fix that real quick. So like, watch this. You get kicked. Oh, and then you can move. And that's obviously terrible. You shouldn't be able to do that. So I'm going to go to his code, add a bool. I'm gonna put it next to attacking. Where's my attacking bool? There. Bool attacking. Public bool. What should I call it, guys? Getting attacked. Wounded. Getting hit. Let's say getting hit equals false. Okay. And then when we actually get hit. Whoa, too far. Get hit. If attacking return. Apply damage. Player still active from this hit. Aim receptor get hit. So right here we want to say getting hit equals true. Then I need to set it to false at some point. I need to set it to false. I want to say at the end of the getting hit animation and use animation events for that. So I'm gonna do public void finished getting hit, and then do getting hit equals false. Okay. So that works. And then, so when we get hit, we say getting hit is true. And at the end of the animation event, it'll call this with an animation event, which I'll put in a second, and it'll say getting hit false. And then we need to do, I already have it set so that you can't run while you're attacking. So attacking, so I'm gonna look for if attacking equals false. Nope, don't have that. So we're gonna do if attacking. It's gonna be in, yeah, we shouldn't be able to jump if we're attacking. Not attacking and not holding shield. And not getting hit. Okay, and then also for moving. Search for this because it might not be the first part in the if statement. So not if not attacking. So we got it in jump. It's not there. It's not there. Shield hold. Nope. Nope. It's in moving. Where is moving? On move input. It would be in update, and then it would be in move. Let's go to move. If attacking, then target speed is equals 0. So we need to say if attacking or getting hit, target speed is 0. That's what it is. Let's make sure we don't do anything with attacking in the rest of this. We don't. Okay. So if we're attacking, so if we're trying to move, but we're attacking or getting hit, we set the speed of the move to 0. Perfect. Now, for that to work, all we have to do is set the animation events at the end of the get hit animations. And there's a lot of them. It's okay, they should go by fast. We're in drip right now. Where's our getting hit stuff? There, get hit random. Okay. How many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Is that all of them in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I'm not using all of them. Get hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I'm in Goon. Whoops, wrong one. Mocap. Hits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so it's all of them. Okay. By the tracking suit, will it work for VR? Oh yeah, you could totally use motion capture suits in VR. Wait, hold on. Let me preface that. First off, if you buy the mocap suit, it's pretty expensive. It's like thousands of dollars. If you were willing to spend that much on VR, I mean, be my guest, go for it. But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of games, I'm sure. You probably can't do it in every game. Let me think about this before I tell you wrong information. It depends on what you mean by in VR. So, do you mean just like in any VR game, or in like a VR game or virtual world that you're developing yourself? I was gonna go for the Steam Deck tracking, but then I kind of saw how Reddit that it is got reliability problems. Steam Deck tracking? What is that? Okay, let's add the animation event to this. What did I say it was called? It was finished getting hit. Okay, so copy that, and then in this animation event, at the very end, this can actually be very easy, or very fast, sorry. I'm gonna move this over so you guys can actually see what's going on. Animation events, at the end of get hit 1, we're going to add an event and call this finished getting hit. Move it to the very end, and then copy it, and then paste it on 2. Paste it on 3. Paste it on 4. I'm telling you, Unity's animation system is extremely poor. Next game I do, I am not using Unity's animation system. I thought about using something else for this game, but I was already in too deep with using Unity's animation system. Apparently they're working on a new animation system, but there's plugins out there like Animancer. I considered using Animancer for this, but I was already in too deep with this. Okay, so we have that animation event at the end of all the get hit animations. So now we can apply them. Now, let's go look at our player armature bool, or our drip player getting hit right here. You guys see this? No, you can't. Okay. This getting hit bull right here. Let's make sure it turns on and off. Let's make sure it turns on every time we get hit. And let's make sure it turns off at the end of the get hit animation. And if it does, then we should correctly not be able to move while we're getting hit. Let's test it out. Okay, let's look at it. Getting hit, nice. And getting hit turned off. Beautiful. It's not turning off every time though. I know exactly why. Because these get hit transitions are not always hitting that animation event. So this is a big problem with the animation event system in Unity. If you have a transition at the end of an animation, but that transition doesn't cover the end or cover the spot where you put the animation event, it'll never run. So get hit 1 hits it because we put it at the end, so the transition happens right there. But let's see this one. Yep, the end is touched. The end might not be touched there. That might be playing with fire. That one for sure is not getting hit. So the animation event is at the very end. So that's never getting called on this one. So all we have to do is just move this. I'm actually going to set it to 1 for all of them just to be safe. That one's never getting run either. So we need to do 1, boop, and that still should do a smooth transition. Let's see. Yep, it does. So it transitions from that to that. Okay. I'm just gonna do that for all of them because I want to be sure that they all hit that final animation event. Just gonna go ahead and do it for the other ones too so I don't miss it when I put more kicks in. Or no, wait, this isn't for kicks, this is for getting hit. I do need to add that for all of these because these are all the random animations that Drip plays when he's getting hit, so I do need to add this to all of them. Okay, now every time he gets hit at the end of each get hit animation, it will trigger the animation event, and it should set the getting hit to false every time. Let's test it out. Make sure we can see getting hit and then play. Okay, so this getting hit bull right here, let's make sure it turns on every time we get hit and turns off every time the get hit animation stops. On, off, on. So the goon is just hitting Drip again before he's had a chance to fully recover, which is fine. We want to allow for that. But it's correctly setting it to off every time the event ends. Cool. I need to give Drip more health. So now that that's working, our other code should also be working now, where we're not allowed to move while we're getting hit. So I'm going to test that out right now. Just give myself some more health so we can actually keep getting hit. There we go. Let's get hit, try to move. Okay, so it stopped me from moving, which is good, but it's allowing me to turn still. Oh, I have a meeting in 20 minutes. I need to end stream. But cool, I can't move while I'm getting hit, which is really good. Nice. But I don't want to be able to turn. And why is it letting me turn? It's letting me turn because it's got to be in the move. Okay, move. There's input, we're moving. Actually, instead of setting target speed to 0, I feel like we should just return. like we should just do that. If move is 0, that might affect my other stuff though. Let's see here. It's probably gonna affect my other stuff. We're attacking and getting hit. Maybe not. Maybe it is good just to return. Let's test it out and see what happens. I really need to look at that more to make sure that's not going to break anything, but we'll see. Test it out. Place the enemy closer? What do you mean by that? Wait, you are in the Lego Live. Do you have a voice changer? What's up, Isaac? Thanks for joining the stream. Yes, I am the Lego VTuber dude. No, I don't use voice changers. I do. There are a few of the characters where I add a little bit of extra filter to. So like Darth Vader, I'll just talk like this. Hello, my name is Darth Vader. And then for Darth Vader, I add a pitch shifter to make the voice a little bit lower pitched. And then I also have a distortion effect to make it sound like he's got a helmet on, but that's it. I do also do something similar for Mandalorian and the Clone Troopers. I add that helmet distortion effect, but the accents I'm doing myself, like Clone Trooper X29 at your service. Gonna go get some clankers. So I'm doing the accent there, but then I add the helmet distortion effect as a filter. All the other characters, it's basically just all accents, like Jack Sparrow. Oh no, just what you mean, love. You know, I had some really bad eggs this morning. So that's all accent. Emmett is just my normal voice. Pixelfire, just my normal voice. I'll test this out real quick. Move, can't move, can't move. Can't move, beautiful, can't move, can't do anything. That actually works. Let me see, get hit. Oh, I ran out of health again. I need to set it to like infinite health. Okay. Okay, cool. And I'm stuck because it thinks I'm still getting hit. I actually I need to decide. While you're getting hit, you'd be able to start punching. That's cool. I gotta decide what you should, like, how the game should work. If you're getting hit, should you be able to fight back right away? I need to check out what other games do, see what's most natural. What do you guys think? If you get hit by an enemy and you're in the middle of the animation where you're like, oh, getting hit, should you be able to, with your controls, with the buttons on the screen, should you be able to punch right away or use your staff or your cannon right away? I'm inclined to think no, but I'm also not sure. What do you guys think about that? So yeah, back to the thing before. So yeah, most of the voice that you hear in my Lego stuff is me, and then I add a little bit of extra filtering. I'm trying to think of any of the other accents. Clone Trooper X29, that's the accent. And Jack Sparrow, the name's Captain Jack Sparrow, Sevi. And the other accent ones, let me just see, streaming, Lego. Yoda is completely my voice, no filters there. How embarrassing, how embarrassing. Batman is completely my voice, no filters there. Batman, what's up everyone? Thanks for joining the stream. Mandalorian, I talk very monotone like this. This is what it sounds like with just me doing Mandalorian. But then I also add the helmet voice filter to him. Joker is completely me. Whoa, why so serious? So that's just me, no filters there. So yeah, it just depends on the character. But most of what you're hearing is just my voice. Okay, yes, in the right scenarios, he should be able to hit back, but only certain actions. So what would that be? Like, would it be how much damage is dealt? So like if an enemy deals damage to you, if it's just like a light punch and you're getting hit from that, then yeah, you should be able to attack right away. Versus if it's like getting hit with a pew pew, then you have to take some time to recover. Or maybe if it's on the final boss and the final boss does like a massive fist punch to you, or he's gonna throw a manhole at you, a manhole cover at you. Maybe in those instances, if it's like a certain amount of damage, then it takes you some time to recover before you can fight again. Maybe that's how we play it off. I'm not sure. I got a hard shell case for carrying around, and I upgraded and modified some parts, and the movable back part strap is the back of my next plan. Link cable that charges whilst you're using it. What is that for? A shell case? For what? Any game, it doesn't matter if it's VR chat, just wanted to work for any game like Beat Saber or any game. Yeah, so no. So you can't use motion cap. As far as I know, I don't think you can use motion capture in any VR game. Because the VR games are, the developers are only going to allow it to work with the headset and the controllers. I'm pretty confident that there are some VR games you could find where they do allow for you to use motion capture suits, but you'd have to search for them. They would have to support them. So I'm looking at chat right now. So you'd have been looking for any good tracking, but it's really difficult. I would say just allow it in the code. Make sure you have a check system in place to make sure the animations don't overlap. And also can play out fluidly. Yeah, I'm making sure that no animation can overlap for sure. Make a counter button like a parry button that only appears when being hit. A parry button. That's interesting. I'm not exactly sure how that would work though. It is outside the scope of what was probably, if stuff like that we'd probably add later to the game as an enhancement. We do have the shield stuff. I need to actually figure out how that's gonna work. So it'll come much more into play with the shield when we actually have the bad guys shooting pew-pews, and we can we can see the laser like deflect off the shield. That would be super sick. But like, I actually want to see how this works with punching and kicking. Okay, so obviously there's a problem right there. If you're holding the shield, okay, yeah, that's definitely a problem. If you're holding the shield, you shouldn't be allowed to get kicked. But the shield also needs to, I feel like, push the bad guy away. And it's not. Because I don't have a collider on the shield. I thought I have a collider on the shield, but it only turns on when you are throwing it. Shield over here. Yeah, so it has a mesh collider. It's off right now? Why is it off right now? It's on. Oh, exclude layers enemy. That was because it was glitching out. Let me see what this does. Shield. It's definitely not doing what I want it to do. Why is everything, oh, because I'm viewing like this, is that why? So there's the collider on the shield. Can you guys see that? No, there we go. Yeah, if we're holding the shield, we definitely need to not allow getting hit. Well, we should allow getting hit, but only from the back. I think what I need to do for the shield is put like a massive collider around it. I just want to know why is the enemy allowed to pass through that collider? Why is that happening? Tobias PK, what's up? I suddenly lost my membership to Stream Focus. What? I will look into that. Oh, guys, I got it in stream. I have that video call at 4 o'clock. Shoot. Okay, I got it in stream. Gotta prepare for that. Tobias, I will send you a message on Discord. I'll get that sorted out. It might be... Tobias, you're the one that we did the 3-month thing, right? It might be that I switched it and then your cancellation came through after that. So then your cancellation reset the expiration, maybe. I'm not sure. I'll look into it. So I'm gonna do my video call at 4, and after that I'll look into it. So yeah, I'll respond on Discord. Raycaster, check off enemies in front of drip. No, I think just add a box collider with the shield. Anytime drip's holding the shield up, just put a massive box collider in front of that so that the enemy can't pass through that. But why it's passing through, I really don't know. I want to keep looking at this, but I need to stop. I need to end so I can go do that video call. I want to know why this shield. Shield. Mesh collider is on. Exclude layers. Oh, include layers. That's why. I've got to turn it off there and also off here. Boom. Now. Oh no, I want it to include enemy. Include enemy. Here we go. So I hold shield up. Oh, I know why. Because the goon has this collider off, has this massive capsule collider off. Let's do that. Nope, that did not work. Let's make it bigger. Radius. Boop. Just a test. That looks a lot better. Ow, ow, ow. Nice. And I've lost all health. Okay, I'll keep playing around with that. We'll do another stream sometime soon, guys. I gotta go. Thanks for joining me today on the stream, guys. I really appreciate you guys being here. Raycast system check is easier? No, because I don't need it. I've already got that going on. I've already got. Well, it's not a Raycast system. I have a distance check between the checking the transform position of the character and the transform position of the enemy and doing a distance check. That's how I'm doing that for different things. I do have Raycast systems for other things going on, but just to turn a box collider on when we already have this motion done, I can just say that when we do this motion, turn box collider on. When we come away from that, when we're not holding shield off, turn it off. I think it's a lot easier. Okay. See real quick. It's only 4 p.m. in the US. It's 10 p.m. here. Oh dang. Yeah, it's almost 4 p.m. for me here. I have a question on the stream focus. I can set up with a sound for new messages. No, you can't. I'm so sorry. So I've got like, there's like, you're not the third person that has asked me for that. To add like audio dings, like ding, like not that annoying, but an audio ding to play whenever someone receives a new message in stream focus. So a few people have asked for that. I'll try to add that soon. But yeah, I'll add that soon. Promise, like in the next few weeks or so. So yeah, if you have any other questions, be sure to ask me on the Discord. I'm very active there. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon on the next stream or over on Discord. I'll see you guys. Thanks for joining the stream. Bye.